I went into the loft and I found this. If you're younger than me, which you probably are, it's called a cassette tape, and it's one of the ways we used to listen to music and stuff before it started arriving magically on every device we had about our person. Record things onto it. And this one contains a recording, I think, of something, well, I don't know how this is going to feel. It's me, but early days of radio, like 35 years ago, something like that. So I haven't listened to this in a very long time.
I mentioned this on the programme before, I will say. I was not best pleased, I can tell you.
That's me.
Yeah.
I sound like a young Melvin Bragg.
We're talking about food towards Christmas. The other thing you wanted to talk about, you said what time we have, was liqueurs.
Liqueurs? So that's me talking to a food expert. This is brilliant. I haven't listened to this.
Listen to all of
that. That was Bill
Scott told us on a Sunday morning, that was it.
This is really weird.
You'll be doing for Christmas. Enjoy yourself.
Oh, enjoy ourselves? We are going to enjoy ourselves.
I'm sure I will. Bill Scott joins us to talk food and drink. We continue after the news. Tim Lintz with more of his song stories. You can call us with your story. Things that went wrong at Christmas. Give us a bell. 0254 583 583. And Cliff Bashforth joins us with...
Okay, that is plain weird. That really is a trip down memory lane. But I've got something else that's an even more effective time machine and will really take me back. I want to go play with it now. And this is my time machine. The exact same motorcycle I started my whole motoring adventure on 39 years ago when I was 16. Right, stand by for the sound of my youth. Please start, come on. No, yeah, that's the sound of my youth. It will. Nearly, I heard it then. In any minute now. A little bit of choke. Oh! Obviously I didn't have all this fancy bike kit on back then. These boots cost more than I paid for the entire bike back in the day, but... Right, forwards into the past. Oh, it's died. It's fine. Bit more choke, maybe. Or richen it a bit. Hang on. This'll go. Maybe let it warm a bit. Oh, the heady smell of two-stroke. I'll try again. Lots of revs. Yes! No. I think the fuel filter's blocked. I'll put it on reserve. Trying again. They won't go into gear now. It's in gear. Right. It works. Now she's singing. More or less. Indicators work. Back then in the day, all I had was a leather jacket I bought from my mate Eddie for £5. The arm was ripped under the armpit and he'd kept it in a cowshed, so it absolutely reeked. Oh, this is not working. I had a pair of boots I'd bought for £5 from a bargain shop in Ripon, and a massive white crash helmet that I bought because it was the cheapest in the shop. It must have looked ridiculous, but I felt unbelievable. Providing it doesn't catastrophically break, I plan on using my little MTX as much as I can this year. With that in mind, I had Dom down to the workshop to give it a quick spruce.
Hi, I'm Dom from G Technic, and today we're going to coat and protect Richard's MTX from the worst of the dirt and grime he can throw at it. First up, we're going to apply the C1 Crystal Lacquer. It's super durable, super easy to apply, and it's going to protect the bike from the Herefordshire countryside. With good gloss retention, C1 Crystal Lacquer becomes the functional surface of the bike's paintwork, and if applied by a G Technic accredited detailer, comes with a 5-year guarantee. Now we've left it a few hours, it's time to apply the EXO. This is going to keep the MTX surface cleaner for longer and make it an absolute dream to clean. Now she's fully protected, Richard, do your worst.
This particular bike has only done 1,500 miles. It lived in a dealer for 30 years, and it's had a 65cc big bore kit put on it. 65cc, it's enormous. Speeds that would have been unbelievable all those years ago. I'm actually having to slow for a bend. Oh, hello, hill. Changing down. I think I might need to wade people through in a minute. Am I actually in top? I'm in top gear. Oh, downhill. 40 miles an hour. Oh, it's just enormous speed. Divine, living, breathing little creature. This wasn't a field bike. It wasn't a hobby, a pastime. This was my access, direct access to everything the world had to offer. An ambitious, excitable young 16-year-old. It all started here. There was only one place where we could ride off-road. My mate Ian and I, we both took our bikes to Share Common, which is a little bit of sort of scrubland, where you could probably illegally ride a bike around, which we did, slowly. And one weekend, a car pulled up with a trailer with a proper dirt bike on it, and a young kid, I don't know, 12, got out with his dad and started putting all his fancy kit on. And me and my mate Ian sat there with a cigarette on, looking at him thinking, he's not going to be any good, he's young, look at him. He took off like a scalding rat. I've never seen anything like it. The dips and bumps that we would lower our bikes into, he just skipped across the top. He had so much power and, let's be honest, skill. Right. There's something I want to get out of the way straight away. If you're a biker, or even if you're not a biker, you are probably looking at this and thinking, wait a minute, that's an off-road bike. Knobbly tyres, tall suspension, all of that. Well, yes, it is off-road styled and has some off-road potential, but forget about that. That's the last thing I was interested in. I didn't want to ride off-road. I wanted to ride on the road. This whole thing might, for you, be absolutely ringing with nostalgia and memories because you too started your automotive career on a tiny two-wheeler like this one. But don't feel left out if you didn't, because it is the same. That first engine, that first taste of freedom. It's just that this came at 16 rather than 17, and that somehow makes a difference. Now, if you don't ride bikes, you're probably not aware that the new system of examinations means you have to take about, 100 tests before you can become a biker. But back in the day, when I took my test at 17, when I graduated from this to a slightly bigger bike, you turned up, a bloke with a clipboard had a look at your bike, said, right, round the block. At some point I'm going to jump out, wave my clipboard around, try and stop. And if you did that, you got your full license. I'm running out of gears. Oh, hang on, and we're going to beat it. It wasn't this market square, it was the one in Ripon, where I lived, but same thing, centre of town, quite busy. Park the bike and sit just far enough away so you could enjoy the slight thrill of a bit of separation from your beloved steed, and also close enough that you could see people looking, and what you were hoping for was somebody stopping to admire it. It's a bit like fishing in a weird way. Will it catch an admiring glance? Because I was proud of it. It was my independence, it was my friend. And I'd just sit there, either on my own or with my mates and their bikes parked up, trying to look cool. Possibly the best day of my year of being 16 was sitting in the market square in Ripon. And a chap looked at the bikes, mine and my mate Ian's smaller Suzuki, and he said to me, "That's nice. What is it, 185cc?" I couldn't believe it. Neither could my mate Ian. No, it's not. But I didn't tell him what it was. I didn't tell him it was 50. God, I rode off feeling tall. I was that pleased. sitting here now, watching my little bike, hoping desperately someone will admire it. Right, onwards. I'm going to go make a terrible racket and annoy people. The difference between a first car and a first bike, I don't think there's that much. It's still your first taste of freedom. The only major difference is a bike is so much smaller. So for your first vehicle, it's pretty much the same size as you. It's a more grappleable thing. It becomes your friend, your steed. So every time I set out on my little bike, it wasn't just a journey, it was an adventure together with my little metal steed. And I still have that feeling today. By the way, if you want to see more of Izzy, Mike and me, as well as our other DRIVETRIBE friends, make sure to subscribe to our second channel, More DRIVETRIBE. Broken down Range Rovers, buying dream cars and more of the stuff you don't normally get to see on our main channel. Go check it out through the link in the description below. And now this was next level, the petrol station. And you'll remember this from when you started driving cars if you didn't start on bikes. The first time you come here, the sort of church automotive. It was like being admitted into a cult. Suddenly, I could moan about the cost of petrol. I mean, admittedly, it cost me about 50p to fill it back in the day, but I could still moan about the cost of fuel. It was being admitted into proper adulthood. And it meant everything. I mean, I didn't like having to spend my money on petrol, I suppose. No, I did. I wanted to spend. I earned my money picking up chickens and eggs as a part-time job on a local farm, and yeah, I wanted to spend it on petrol. Yeah, okay, the price has gone up a bit. I've just put a tenner in. I used to try and keep it below 50p, and there was one more treat in store when it came to this bit of my day, and it was this, taking my keys out. I got keys, because I'm grown up. It was a mind-blowing transformation, suddenly being able to just move through town at traffic speed without pedaling your bicycle or sitting on a bus. And I could decide to go wherever I wanted. And granted, it was usually the chip shop. Speaking of which, hiya. I'm all right. Can I have portion chips, please? How are you guys? Busy as always? Thank you. See you soon. Take care. Oh, yes. Now, this is perfection. This, when I was 16, was a good day. I couldn't afford to do this every day, chips, but, oh. Sitting on your bike, eating your chips. My accent's going northern again. I've gone that far down memory lane. I was once busted by my dad, sitting on my bike outside the chip shop, smoking a cigarette. We had quite a strong discussion after that. He understood. When we were putting this little film together, I really wanted to get hold of an example of my first car to go with my first bike, which is a Toyota Corolla liftback. I couldn't find one anywhere. They are impossible. It was about a 79, I think. Couldn't be 76. XUP 609R. It was an R reg. Work it out. If you have one or know where you can get hold of one that we can have a borrow of, do please get in touch. And let us know about your first. Meanwhile, I'm just going to enjoy my chips on my bike. I better look tough. Yeah? Older than 16? Yeah. You bet. Hello, I'm back. I'm on the way home after that little adventure, and my bike has done what little two-stroke bikes do. It's nipped up. I think it's run short of two-stroke or hasn't delivered enough, or for whatever reason there wasn't enough lubrication in the actual cylinder, and it seized. It's broken. But it's an easy fix, so I think I'm going to enjoy taking it apart and fixing it almost as much as I have done riding it. I shall report back. Right, it's got to go back into the airbox. It sounded horrible. Really, really bad. Have you done yours? Do you want the spanner back? Ow!